billed as a standalone sequel to a little seen but highly regarded movie called Searching. Let's talk about the new theatrical release, Missing. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my spoiler-free review for the new film Missing. This is in theaters right now, and it comes to us sort of from the same universe of this movie called Searching from a few years back. We'll get into all of that momentarily, but first I want to welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding this video. We've got tons of great stuff on the channel to check out. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button, as they say, or just comment on the video, like this video. That helps the channel out immensely as well. So let's talk about this movie. The original, called Searching, is from 2018, and I gave it an A. It was a really, really well done movie, and it was unique in a few ways. But one, I guess the main way really is that it took place entirely on smartphones, tablets, laptops, computer screens of some kind. And that was a pretty novel idea. We've seen sort of something, similar in a few different horror movies over the years. Unfriended comes to mind, which I think came out sort of right around that time, maybe a year earlier. But that was all sort of just over chat room. Like, it was all kind of one thing that we were looking at the whole time. This, though, just took it to several different levels. And not only that, but it actually was the first mainstream Hollywood feature headlined by an Asian American actor that was a thriller. And John Cho was the actor who I really like. Deborah Messing was also in the movie from Will and Grace. So this movie, Missing, sort of takes a lot of the ideas from Searching. They're calling it a standalone sequel because it's more of an anthology to that movie. There's no same characters, yeah, it's a mystery thriller kind of movie, just like the first one, but, different directors. Now, the person that directed Searching does have a story by credit with this. He co-wrote the story, or at least the treatment or whatever, however they consider, the story by. So, he's got his fingerprints on it a little bit, but more it is the idea behind the movie, and it's the same studio and everything, so they're sort of taking that ball and running with it. So the basic plot points here. We follow June Allen, who is played by Storm Reed, who you might recognize from A Wrinkle in Time. She was the young girl in that. She's been in a few things. But she is now an elder teenager. I think she's playing maybe 17 in the movie, who is trying to find her missing mother after the mom disappears on vacation in Colombia with her new boyfriend, the mother played by Nia Long. It takes, like, those same principles, like I said, from Searching. Everything's on screens, but here they up the game even more. We see things on security cameras, Ring cameras, new technology that we didn't necessarily have a lot of in 2018. They sort of incorporated that into the movie. So aside from that, right, sort of that novelty factor, is it a compelling story? And I would say that it is. I think it actually, by the end, sort of gets a little too big for its britches. I think it gives us maybe one twist too many. But there is a jaw-dropper of a twist about, 50 minutes in, about halfway through the movie, that I absolutely did not see coming. There's another one that's a little bit more on the obvious end, and then there's like a third one, on top of it. But the twist, about halfway through is really good. I thought I was surprised by it. So there's a lot to like here. First of all, I think Storm Reed is a very talented actress, and I couldn't actually quite place her while I was watching the movie. I was like, I know this girl from something. But when Wrinkle in Time came out, she was much younger. I think that was probably 5 or 6 years ago. So, you do a lot of growing up in those sort of teen years. But I thought, that wasn't a great movie, but she was good in it. And she's, good here. Her best friend, I can kind of take or leave her. She's a bit one note, and does some sort of comedic type things or whatever. I shouldn't say, like fall down funny, but, she's kind of the wisecracking best friend sort of thing. But one of the true treats for this movie, actually for me, was this guy Javier, who plays a sort of not DoorDash, but like those people who just help for plumbing and shopping and what landscaping and mowing your lawn, whatever, you rent them for the hour or whatever. She finds this guy who does this type of thing in Colombia because she can't get there herself, and he's sort of becoming like a detective for her, and he's played by Joaquim de Imelda, who I am not real familiar with. He's actually been in a few things that I have seen. He was in Behind Enemy Lines. You may know him from that. And the martial arts movie Hero. He was in. But anyway, he was really cool and fun to watch on the screen. The interaction between the two. But through all that, I will say that the whole screen thing does sort of get a little bit old. Like, it's not as novel as in the original movie, Searching. But, like I said, they find new ways to kind of incorporate other things, which I thought was cool. But it's still a little bit, too sort of convenient, quote unquote, to see all of this on somebody's laptop or whatever. And also, I think by the time we get to the third twist, the believability factor of this movie has gone down a bit, I would say. But to be honest, in terms of, we always kind of talk about this, the whole January thing, because January is sort of the dump month for a lot of, movie studios after the Christmas rush, after the holiday, Thanksgiving crowd, all of that. They like to kind of just throw movies up and see what sticks. For a January release, I was pretty happy with this, honestly. Now, it's not nearly as good as Searching, and I think that has to do with both the novelty of sort of the whole screen thing that they perfected in that first movie, but also I don't think the thriller element, the mystery element, is quite as compelling in this as it was in that one. I would definitely recommend both movies, but if you haven't seen Searching, definitely check that one out. Either before this or after this, doesn't much matter, because this one is the one playing in theaters now. But I leave Missing with a B. Not quite as good as that first one, but in terms of like same theme sort of thing, quote unquote standalone sequel, I think it does a pretty good job at sort of elevating what they did in that first movie. So, all right, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Dan Reviews It. Bye.